Hello, everyone. My name is NerdBuilder. I'd like to welcome you back into another episode of MineColonies. I hope you're having a great day so far. So, we're standing in an area that's been cleared out, courtesy of Maddox and Emmy, who are our two builders. It's been so nice having them be able to do the terraforming. I wish I would have found this out a lot sooner. I think it would have saved a lot of time because I just set a bunch of projects for them to do, and it's nice for me to be able to go and do other things and not have to worry about it because they'll clear it out, and they've been doing a great job of it. So we've been kind of going around the colony and doing some terraforming recently in a few of our live streams, and I've been doing it off camera to try to trim down. I will say that it's been nice because they tend to collect a lot of cobblestone because, again, there's a lot of stone in some of the areas that we're digging out, specifically up on the hill there and here, because we've been going through cobblestone left and right to the point that we were down to, in our warehouse and our supply total, about 50 cobblestone. So not great. It's actually gone back up now, up to about 2.5k from some of the terraforming. Our miner is starting to get into deep slate level because we've been getting a lot more cobble deep slate showing up in the warehouse, but again, for what we need cobblestone because, again, a lot of our buildings are stone, cobblestone based and wooden based. So, it's been nice. This is a good way to get some extra cobblestone by having them do some terraforming. And we're not just digging for the sake of digging. We're clearing out certain areas and doing some terraforming. But then, the other thought I had about doing too with the builders was because, again, you could see here that there's all stone around because again, we're down a few layers. You can see on the back wall there from where the grass level is. So I kind of thought about essentially just having them dig a pit and then fill the pit back up with dirt, because we do have a ton of dirt from areas that we've been taking down. So it's definitely a really nice tool, and it's been helpful, and we've been getting a lot of cobblestone out of it. And like I said, it's nice having them kind of take care of this stuff while I go do something else. And I'll come back and it's all terraformed in that. So yeah, I'll show some of the stuff we've been doing around the colony recently, because of course on our live streams we've been doing some upgrading and a few other projects. We've been doing some terraforming. I've been trying to stay on top of it, and you can kind of see, unfortunately, they don't go all the way up here because, again, where the box is, it only goes up to a certain level. You can adjust it to have it go up even higher and then have them take that out. So maybe we can look to do that. But let's work our way down here and talk about some of the things that we've done around since our last episode here. So our smelter, who smelts ores, is now up to level 3. It wasn't that difficult to get with this type of design to get it up to level 3. And we need it for what we're going to be doing today. It opened up a bunch more research. And, he's been very efficient at getting through all of the ores. I've noticed he's got 3 furnaces, but I think for the most part, he's gotten all the ores through from our warehouse all smelted down because, again, yeah, you can just see there's some wood in there. But, when the miner goes and grabs resources, it's almost like they have silk touch on their tools because, again, you don't get the individual pieces of coal or diamond or redstone or whatever else. So, in an instance here, we had a ton of coal blocks in the warehouse, but the thing was, for the builders and the miner, they couldn't craft torches because they didn't have coal in the way that, just regular coal. They just had it mixed in with the cobblestone block. So, it's been nice because I've noticed, especially the miner has been crafting his own torches now, which saves us a little bit of a headache and makes him a little bit more self-sufficient, because then again, he doesn't have to wait for me to come around. And the other thing I should show very quickly too is that I don't know if I've ever talked about it in an episode. I know we've talked about it on a live stream, but you can craft a clipboard and resource scroll to kind of help track what people need. So just kind of show the example here. You can see he's asking for some ores. Some of these things are just open requests just because I've set minimum stock. You can actually see it looks like he still needs 160. I already gave him 300 or 400. He wants even more here, but you can just kind of see that, this is everything that's currently needed around the colony. We'll have to check, I guess, on the ancient tomes because I don't know if they ran. I put a bunch in the warehouse, but for our enchanter that she needs them. But yeah, so you can kind of see all the open request around the colony here, which is nice. And it's helpful because again, it's for like most of the non-builder things. So you could craft a resource scroll for each of your builders. And right now you're not going to see anything because there's no project going on currently, but this is a great thing to have. It saves a lot of time because we don't have to like try to write down or remember what we need, or keep running back and forth to the builder to see like, okay, we need this and this. We can just kind of gather things and just bring them over to the builder. So I don't know if I've talked about these before, but it's something that if you don't have them in your own colonies, I would definitely recommend crafting them. They're not too expensive. They could just be crafted using a crafting table there. If you type in like into the JEI here, like let's just go with clipboard for example here. I guess I could just show the recipes for both, but again, it's not that expensive, and it definitely like it's very helpful in the process. So let me just also show the resource scroll. So again, similar things with just the leather sticks and then your build tool there. So definitely very helpful though. But yeah, so that was a little bit of a tangent, but something I was thinking about. I'm like, I don't know if I've talked about this, so might as well bring it up. But yeah, so we got our ore smelter up to level 3, and as of recording right now, we have our blacksmith up to level 2, which is good because I taught him about 18 different recipes, and there's probably a few more that we could add in here. So pretty much everything iron related. I'll just kind of come in here and show it. We'll be looking to get this up to level 3 very shortly. We still do have a little bit of space, but we have the 18 recipes. So these are some of the things that I've been having our blacksmith do. So just to scroll down, because again, these are all things that are useful, to like the guards, to the builders, to our swineherd, our cowhand, our forester, our miner. They can even craft the mine carts, which is great because eventually we'll want to put in a rail system. So that'll be good that they can just kind of craft the mine carts for the colonist here. Iron bars, trap doors, so like all this good stuff, iron nuggets, shields, buckets, and even he wouldn't be able to craft the normal fishing pole, but again, like he can craft an iron fishing pole, which is what we've been having our fisherwoman use. So, oh, am I in the way? And that's been great too, because otherwise like we'd have to keep for now like manually crafting fishing rods, but we don't have to do that right now, which is great. It's been all automated, and I haven't really had to give anyone anything. I set some minimum stock, so each building should, if they have like tools that they need, that they have them. I'll show that off as we head down here. But yeah, so we also upgraded our nether mine to level 2. The level 3 one's a little pricey. We'll have to go probably into the nether and get some of these materials because we're kind of low on them. But it's not a top priority. We haven't put anyone else in the nether mine ever since we were having issues with very short durability, where we had 2 of our colonists only like combined last about 25 minutes, maybe give or take from there. So we've been kicking around some ideas, and please feel free to drop some ideas down in the comments section down below. But, one of the things that we considered on our live streams was essentially building a combat academy, because again, that should help with adaptability and with strength, which are both attributes that the nether miner can use. And, essentially using the combat academy as a feeder to this, to the nether mine position. That way, we can get them, like, get their skills up as high as we can, and then send them in here and see how we could do. Because again, you're going to want to have skills that are closer to level 40 for this, because it's like probably the most dangerous job that we have in the colony, next to the, the guards and that. But something to keep in mind, because I wasn't anticipating such turnover, and I'm hesitant to send anyone else in for now. Like, I thought about moving one of the guards over to be a nether miner here, just so that, because they should have a higher adaptability, and see how that goes. But for right now, I think we're going to hold off, and maybe we'll just have to essentially, whoever a colonist is, give them some time, maybe at like, if they're born here at the school, and then some time at the library, and then into the combat academy, and then to this position. So that might be the strategy going forward here, because I definitely want to have another miner to get some of these things, even though I did find another fortress while I was looking for some other things on stream. But, nonetheless, it's very difficult to get there. One of the other things that we did was we built a third courier's hut, because we were having a huge issue, especially I think with like the blacksmith getting scaled up and then really going through and making sure we have all the minimum stock set. There was a lot of things to be moved around and delivered. So there was a huge backlog. So we do have a third courier's hut. It's still level 1. We'll be looking to upgrade it soon. But, it kind of cut down, but there's still like a decent amount of tasks to go around. It's nice having the third one. We'll eventually look to get a fourth, because again, you can have 2 couriers per warehouse level. So, right now we can have a maximum of 6 couriers. We have 3. Eventually we'll put in probably another courier's hut here. Maybe we'll just fill in this aquifer here, even though I tried to proof it a little bit more because some golems were getting stuck in here. And there's one still stuck down there. We'll have to take a lead and maybe to get the golem out. But to kind of fill this in like with another courier's hut, it kind of makes sense just having them around the warehouse there, but it's been a challenge because there's been so many projects for them to do. Our houses over here are still like at level 1 or 2. I want to start getting some of the houses up to level 3. I've been kind of putting houses around the different areas because we're going to do another shuffle of where people live to try to cut down on commutes. And I can see that the sun's starting to set. So let's head up the hill here and show what else has been going on here. And again, you can see this is a little bit different, if you've seen the prior episodes in this area, that, we're going to we're going to bring this up a little bit. And, we're almost going to treat this like, well, pretty much like somewhere up to like somewhere over here. So we can put a few extra probably houses in up here. So what we're going to do is probably put like, for some of these workers, probably put like a house or 2 up here. And then we'll put some stairs so they could just get down to their workplaces. So that's why we've been terraforming this up. We have a little bit more to go here. And also just on the back side here, we filled in some areas down here where there were some openings, but, we've been clearing this out. So I've been having them take this down, and I'll keep having them probably take this back for now, as far back as we can go, because obviously we're getting a little close to you can see us right there, right up there, the little dot. But, we're coming up close to the boundary right now. So if we put another building in somewhere over here, it should expand out, because we're actually running kind of low on space over here. That'll probably be the last build that fits without this expanding. So yeah, we're probably gonna, we're gonna look to take this back a little bit further, because again, they're not going to work outside the colony borders. And then we'll have to consider, maybe starting to build something back here so we can start pushing our colony a little bit south too. And let's go sleep very quickly. And then I'll talk about what's going on here, because you can see, a bunch of black tiles here and some brick down there. So let me hop in the bed. We'll probably just hop in. So normally I do let the colonists sleep. I know some people have mentioned in the comments section before, but just for purposes of recording, and actually this worked out perfectly, they all went into bed. But sometimes when we're, recording an episode, I'll just kind of jump in the bed, because again, it would create like a little bit of a pause if we have to stand there and wait for everyone. But yeah, so we, you're going to start seeing some of these asphalt tiles being laid down. So we started putting in some streets a little bit. This is going to be a work in progress. But, it's not as wide as I was hoping it was going to be, because when I designed this, I tried to leave enough space in the middle of the street to make sure that, like, there's enough room for a road. But I was thinking about doing like a boulevard here. Like, we did a pretty good job of keeping things lined up, but some things are a little bit off. Like, you can see the hospital's a little bit off there. And then the town hall it comes out a little bit further than the university and that do. So we've had to kind of do some modifications about how we're going to do the road. And part of it is that, and I'll have to move this over because I think that's, yeah. There is that, we're probably going to do like a boulevard almost. So having like brick, which I think looks cool as like almost like the sidewalk on either side of the road. And then we're going to have like a median in the middle of the road with trees lining it. And then we'll put some like street lights in, probably using glowstone or shroom lights, one or the other. Probably glowstone for our street lamps, just because it kind of has that look, like the yellowish look that a lot of street lights have. And yeah, so we made a little bit more progress down here. I ran low on brick because this took up like a lot of brick, and these are just slabs. These aren't actually like full brick tiles, but we only made it so far down with it. But yeah, essentially here, the same principle, and we're actually going to have rail lines run on either side of the street here so that we could start, our colonists can use rail lines to get up and down the street here, and then we're going to have it go all the way down and connect around our colony so they can have a rail system coming around here. So this is a work in progress. It doesn't look that like great yet, but I think like when we get the rest of the sidewalk in, because we have like all the street in, we'll have to come out a little bit more over here. This is some recent terraforming after we did the street here, but I think when we have this, like with the trees lining up all the way down and, we have all the sidewalks in, I think this is going to look a lot better. But yeah, so essentially we're just going to treat this as like traffic, heading up this way and traffic heading down that way. And we're going to leave the storage system, like the storage system here. We're not going to move it. And our smelting area down here, we're going to leave these and probably enclose them. So I'll have to, maybe narrow this up a little bit here, but that'll be okay. And then, like I said, we'll have rail lines running up. And again, this is one of those situations too where, like, we've had to kind of come up with a different idea, because eventually we're going to take the animal pen out here and move it over to where our automated sugarcane farm is. But then unfortunately with the plantation here, it's a very long build. It's not that massive of a build, but it takes up a bunch of space. So unfortunately we couldn't go back any further, so we'll have to maybe get a little creative. Maybe we'll only have a boulevard in certain areas, and then we can have these streets connect over here. And we got a few other things, so while we're over here I'll work our way back, and then we'll get into what we're going to be building today. But we did put up 2 more houses over here, so we're going to kind of make this into a residential area. I started terraforming this. We're going to bring all of this lower level up to probably about like this level here. And it's not going to be all the same level like throughout here, but we do have to kind of fix this area because it is like it's low down in that. So but yeah, so we're going to put in a few extra houses, I think, over here and look to get these upgraded. These are at level 2 in that. Part of it is because I want for the plantation and for like our swine herd and our cow hand to be able to live closer to where they work, and this will be a good area for that, to have them kind of hang out like right over here there. So but yeah, so we did that. We upgraded the swine herd's hut and the cow hand's huts as well, so increased capacity of animals. And it looks very cool. I think like it kind of has almost to it, like it's still the stone feel, but it kind of has like a German type of architecture to it, kind of feel like with the wood panelings and that. Like I think it looks really cool. So I've been happy with both of those. And we're going to have to do the university build at some point. That's going to be a little bit of a big project. The list for that is extensive here, but we also put in a road here. I did a little bit of terraforming here. The other thing I'm thinking about, because we do get a lot of raider attacks, and that is a ghost pirate ship hanging out over there, but we do get a lot of pirate attacks that come from this way. So I thought about, well, we're going to put probably up this, because again, I could see a situation where we're driving down this way and then we just go flying off the edge if we cut the turn too much. So we're going to up the wall here and make like a guardrail so we don't go flying off into the ocean. But I'm thinking about putting like little platforms around here that like essentially like we can stand down and shoot, or our archers can stand in these areas and shoot down. So nothing like too big, but just like a like a little raised platform here with like like a 2x2 area, and then just have some stairs like right here, and then that way they could just stand here, and essentially it's like a good vantage point down that they could shoot down at things. And I'm thinking about doing the same thing here, just because these are like little awkward extra spaces here. So, and we'll put a sidewalk in going down here and a sidewalk here, as well. And then this is kind of what, I kind of did here too, was just combine, like, where we'll have like turn into one road right here. And, so it's a little bit wider. We made this one a little bit wider coming down, but left enough room for a sidewalk on either side. And we'll have to get rid of this chest as well here. But yeah, so I'm excited about this. This takes a lot of resource to pull this off. It definitely takes a lot. And let me see, I think, is there a crafting table in here? There is. So the asphalt is kind of expensive in that, I think, because again, we're taking a bunch down, and this is if you have the ultimate car mod, I should qualify it by saying as well. But let me just show, because there's a couple different ways. So like you could see here, like the slopes and that flat, but it kind of gives you, so you can build a road going up and down, so at different levels. So we're going to have to craft some like this. But these are all the different recipes, if you're interested in the ultimate car mod, or you have it and you're looking to put in a road. So again, it takes 8 cobblestone around. We've been using charcoal to try to conserve on coal, but we have a lot of wood, so just smelting it down. And yeah, so it's a lot. It takes up a lot, not so much as much charcoal, but a lot of cobblestone. So something to keep in mind there. And let me just grab a little bit of water here. And yeah, we also got the restaurant upgraded to level 3 as well. So looking great here. We were maxed out on like, no space left because of all the food that we have in there. So it's been nice because now we have a bunch more space so that our cook can keep cooking up some food, and we have more than enough food here. Food is definitely not a concern. But we still do have some more like level 3 upgrading to do. We have our barracks up to level 3, but like our tavern and our town hall, the university, the hospital, all of the houses, and our second builder's hut, and obviously our newest courier's hut. And I think, well, our blacksmith, which, we'll be looking to get that upgraded very shortly. But yeah, so we still have a bunch of upgrading to do and a bunch more to put in. But I think this is pretty much all the updates. So we've been busy, over the live streams. Again, we try to live stream about 3 times a week, usually around Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at about 6:30 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's where we do a lot of these upgrades. I feel like it's a little bit better to do them on a live stream than it is to do them in an episode, just because it's just a little bit easier, so we can get these things upgraded. But yeah, so this will lead into what we're doing today. So today we're going to be building the stone smelter, and I wanted to get this in before we did the university upgrade to level 3, because the university upgrade, I think it requires about 2,300 or 2,400, somewhere around there, stone blocks, which that's going to be a lot. We're going to need more cobblestone, and this should help with like just getting more stone and cobblestone just for all our other upgrades, because again, a lot of our buildings are going to require a lot of stone and cobblestone, so this is definitely a worthwhile thing to have. I'm excited for this. You do need to have a level 3 smeltery, so the ore smelter, which is why we got that up to level 3 right away. And there is a research component to it as well. Let's head on in over to the university here. And to unlock the research, you do have to have the level 3 smeltery. So, we got that. It opened up a bunch of research, which we're going to have to go through and see. The biggest thing is just for some of the resources that we need for the research, it's a little bit difficult to get them. But yeah, I've been trying to keep up on the research here, but obviously the hot one unlocks a smeltery, but then the Flintstones one unlocks the stone smeltery. So, you do have to do the research. It's about an hour or so here to unlock it. And this is definitely something, if you have a lot of stone building, so any type of stone or cobblestone, I definitely recommend, going forward and, getting the stone smelter. We probably should have did it a little bit sooner, but that's okay. But yeah, so the stone smelter will smelt cobblestone into stone, stone bricks into cracked stone bricks, clay balls into bricks, clay blocks into terracotta, terracotta into glazed terracotta, and all types of stone into all types of smooth stone, and logs into charcoal. They can also pop chorus fruits too, per the wiki. there. So the stone smelter will only work when they have been taught a recipe. So we'll have to teach our stone smelter some recipes. And the wiki here, they do make a reference that charcoal cannot be used as a fuel for making charcoal in the stone smeltery. So, you'll have to use a different fuel source if you want to have them smelt down charcoal there. And of course, the maximum level of the building is level 5. And, for each level that you go up, you get an extra furnace. So that way, you could be a little bit more efficient, because at level 1, we're going to have just one furnace. So before we do the university upgrade, we're probably going to look like immediately to upgrade the stone smelter up. But you get the more furnaces for each one. So level 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4, and 5 is 5 there. So the higher, and then like another note, the higher the stone smelter's dexterity level, the faster things will smelt. So something to keep in mind as well. I don't know if we'll have anyone with like super high dexterity, at least out of our available applicant pool. So we'll see how that goes. But in order to craft the necessary block, okay, good, we do have everything we need. What you'll need is some stone bricks, a furnace, some oak planks, and the build tool. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll put the oak planks right in that area, and we'll take the furnace and put it in the middle. And we actually only need 2 stone bricks. I just made some right before the episode there. So you can see we get the stone smeltery block right here. So we're going to put it next to where, we've been kind of lining up our production buildings down this way. We're going to be running low on space, so we'll see how much space we're able to claim, from having the build here. But yeah, so we're going to fit it in right here next to, our ore smelter. Kind of makes sense having them next to each other. And of course, I'll give the warning now that there will be a flash per usual when we place the block down. So if you're sensitive to flashes, now's a good time to look away until we're done placing the block here. So let's go ahead and let's use our build tool. And I've been doing some terraforming, so let's get this set over to the stone smeltery. And I think we'll probably just go with stone, which seems to make the most sense. And actually, this isn't. So it's nice that these don't take a lot of resources, this style, at level 1. So let me just get this flipped around here. I think this must be the entrance. And let's take a look at level 5. So, okay, it does get definitely a lot bigger here. So yeah, let's do some moving this back again, so we can eventually put a little bit of a road in here as well. And let's move it back again, because again, we're going to want everything even one more. Yeah, so we'll do it about right here. So that should hopefully line up fairly well, coming all the way down here. Great. So yeah, so this does get pretty massive. And let's see. It's actually, yeah, just right there. I mean, we'll see if we're going to take this back a little bit more. They give a little bit of space behind these buildings. I might, take it back a little bit more, when we finish doing our terraforming up top. But yeah, so, okay. So not the biggest building, definitely gets bigger, but starts off pretty small. So let's head back down to level 1. So yeah, we'll just kind of leave it over here, because again, it's going to get that massive. But let me just make sure. Yeah, and then here's the door right here. So okay, got some furnaces out in the front hanging out there. But okay, and maybe we try to move it over maybe one more, just to give a little bit of room in between. I think that's better. That way there's a little bit of a gap in between here. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so let's plop this down here. Great. And let's take a look here at what we're going to need. It probably should not be that much. So, nope, not at all. Okay, so cobblestone slab, stairs, gravel, a crafting table, a torch, cobblestone, furnace, and a wall. So I think we're gonna task this over to let's do Emmy. Usually we do Maddox. Let's have Emmy take the lead on this one. And yeah, we'll have her do this. She should have most of these materials, I think, but let's go ahead and build here. So this shouldn't take that long. And like I said, we're not going to upgrade it in this episode because I already know this episode's running a little bit long with like all the updates and that. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll cut out right now and we'll get this built and then we'll come back in. We'll take a look at the block here at like, with the recipes and everything else, look at what we need to upgrade it to level 2 and just kind of take a look at it. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll cut out right now and then we will come back in very shortly and take a look. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. And just really quick, I just saw this turtle kind of wandering around up here, this very small turtle. I don't think he's dangerous, but trying to get back to the water, doing a little bit more terraforming over here while I was waiting. So I don't know if we cleared out an area where he was kind of hanging out or whatnot. But from one of the mods, you can see Maddox are working on one of the digs there. But okay, so he went back in the water there. So different type of turtle, other than the massive ones that come in the vanilla Minecraft. But yeah, so we have a stone smelter now, which is great. I went ahead and hired Naomi, who seemed to have the best attributes and the best candidate for this position here. So not too difficult of a build. It went pretty quickly there. So yeah, pretty basic on the inside here. Let's take a look at the block here. So of course, you can hire a worker there. We hired Naomi. Her dexterity is just slightly higher. Athletics are about the same. Like they're pretty evenly matched, but she just has slightly higher. So why not there? But so we'll just kind of start from the bottom. If you do research at the university here in the settings, I guess there is a option like a warehouse master option to research that allows you to change the priority of some of the recipes and that. So I haven't seen that research yet, and I don't think we've done it. So I'll update if we find that, because that might be kind of interesting. Of course, we can see the tasks layout there, and we get to the fuel option here, and I think we're actually going to have I think we're going to have her use lava buckets as her fuel for this. We're gonna have to run up and grab some because we do have a lot stored. I'll show in just a minute, but I think we're gonna have her use lava blocks, and of course here we could teach some recipes. So with this block, unfortunately, they won't go ahead and craft the certain things that are needed here. You would need a 3x3 interface. Here we're just given the option to smelt, but if they could still smelt down stone, and that'll be a great way. So maybe we'll look to eventually, I think there's another building where they can actually craft the specific components of it, so they can kind of take the raw materials and go with it. So but here we already taught this one, obviously the basic one, cobblestone turning into stone. We can also take a stone block here, and we could teach them to make a smooth stone block as well. And let's see, I got some clay very quickly as well. We could teach them to make some bricks with the clay, which is great there. And let's go ahead and let's take the spruce log and we'll teach this recipe. Let's see with the oak log. I don't know if we'll have to teach it 2 different times. Let's take a look here and see where we're at. Yep. So just teaching them that they can use the different types of log there to make charcoal. I think that'll be a good thing to have too with the bricks here. And as I mentioned earlier on, there's other items too that we could set up to smelt there. We can actually take stone bricks and turn them into cracked stone bricks here. I think we have, do I have stone bricks still? Oh, you know what, I gave them away. I gave them to the warehouse. Never mind. But I haven't really seen a need for cracked stone bricks as much yet. But, we can also turn clay blocks into terracotta, which is pretty cool. Let me see, because I've never made a clay block. Oh, so just 4. Okay, let's go ahead and make a clay block here. Because, again, terracotta could come in use eventually. And terracotta there, so we'll go ahead and teach that recipe. That's very cool there. And then you could turn terracotta into glazed terracotta as well. So if we wanted to smelt that, there we could. And then all types of stone into all types of smooth stone and logs into charcoal as well. So yeah, so pretty good stuff here. Like I said, this should help at least. We'll have to go through for now and craft a lot of the stone. We'll have to craft probably a lot of the stone or stone blocks ourselves here. But what I'm hoping is that this will kind of be a feeder that we can get a request in here for them to kind of make some stone, and then we can convert it over there. So, but yeah, this is going to be very beneficial here. I think that this will probably be more useful or more of a complement when we get a the ability to kind of have like auto crafting of it. So we may be looking to do that coming up very quickly here, especially before the university build. I definitely want to get that up just so that we it's a little bit more manageable there. So the last thing we'll do on stream very quickly is let's head on over. I just want to show off again our lava collection area that we have set up. I definitely recommend using a lava farm. It's helped me a lot with the smelting, and I'm having Maddox do a little bit of terraforming here to try to create some more space, but we'll probably bring this down a little bit more. And eventually we're going to put a road in through here, but let's head on over very quickly here. And I'm going to grab a bunch of buckets of lava. Here, the lava farm's been great. Here, like I said, we just have some lava up here, and then, we're just using some dripstone blocks and some of these, I think, is it stalagmites, the ones that hang off the ceiling, to kind of bring the lava down, and then the cauldrons collect it. So you could see here that, we have a lot of water, or I'm sorry, thinking of water, a lot of lava here. So it's allowed us to really, right now we have these 4 double chests here of lava buckets, and we have these ones right here. So I'm gonna grab a couple for right now and run these just across. We'll put them in our stash box here. The stash box, and again, I haven't really talked about the stash box, I don't believe either, but essentially it allows the courier, like you could put stuff in here and the courier will come and pick it up and take it to the warehouse. So it's just kind of a way to, again, we don't have to run back and forth to the warehouse. We can just, store some stuff over there. So, before, when we really had the craft tools, I would just kind of craft them here, put them in here in the stash box, and then let them go over to the warehouse. So let me just grab this one, and let's take a few from up here. We'll have to check every so often if our new stone smelter is going to need any lava buckets, like a refill on them. So yeah, looking good. Let's run and sleep very quickly there. But I think this is really going to be beneficial. I'm very excited for this. The more that we can automate the building process, the better. And especially, when we start getting to some of these more advanced builds, and when we get to builds that are like a lot more stone intensive, I think this is going to help a lot having these tools here. So really, I want to be able to automate it as much as possible before we tackle the university project and that. So we'll look to keep adding more builds in here to try to automate the best that we can. So, but yeah, I think we're going to leave it here for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy our build of the stone smelter, please consider dropping a like below. It really does help the channel out with the YouTube algorithm a lot. It helps more people be able to find us here. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's free. It doesn't cost like anything at all, and it does help the channel out a ton. You'll be notified when we go live or when a new video drops. Again, I try to stream about 3 times a week and drop a new episode once a week as well. And also feel free to jump over onto our Discord. It's open to everyone, and the invitation link is like in the About Me on the YouTube page there. So if you have any questions on MineColonies, or if you have any suggestions for the series, the Discord is the best place to put them there. So yeah, we'll be back with another episode within the week. here. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.